Hey you guys, sorry my video post is a little late. I meant to do this much earlier, but I'm just now getting in the house and I wanted to stick to my commitment and make sure I did this video for you guys. So this one is pretty much going to be questions and answers. I took all the questions that I received and kind of put together the top 5 so far. I'm going to do another video that might end up being like a part 2 or so, because there was a couple other questions that would take a little bit longer to answer, so I didn't want to make this video too long considering it's so late already. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and answer couple of questions. I'm going to keep everyone anonymous because I already told them that I would. So I'm just going to go through the questions and answer them for you guys. So the first one is, after becoming a vegetarian, do you still think of meat? The answer is yes, sometimes. Not so much as before when I first started, but every now and then if I'm out at dinner with my family or someone has something and it's a piece of chicken or something like that, then I might think, it looks kind of good, but I still stay away from it. So it's not something that's really tempting. I'll say it's more like a thought, and then I just kind of brush it out of my mind because I know it's not something that I'm going to eat, and it's not something that is, good for me, because I know that there's better alternatives. So that answers that question. The second one is, what's the best way to transition to a vegetarian? I would suggest first doing clean eating if you're just starting out completely, and that would mean cutting out things like shrimp and pork and lobster, those kind of things, and then going from that to cutting out beef, then cutting out chicken, and then moving on to fish until you get to only fruits and vegetables. So that's how I would suggest transitioning, and that's actually exactly what I did when I began back in November. Third question is, most important weight loss tip. I would say drinking water. I would definitely say drinking water would be the most important thing, regardless of what you're trying to do. Getting your water intake is very important. Number one, helps keep you hydrated, and you can't burn fat without being hydrated. If you're dehydrated, your body's going to hold on to fat, number one. Number two is it speeds up your metabolism, so that's always a plus. So drinking more water will definitely help you regardless of what your fitness or weight loss goal is. Okay, the fourth question is, what should I do to get started with my fitness goals? I would say, this might not be a popular answer or even a typical answer, I would say start with a fast. My thing is always dealing with the spirit first, and then your physical self will follow after. I know that might not make a lot of sense. Some of you have probably cut the video off by now, but it's the truth. I would say start with prayer and fasting, regardless of if it's for weight loss or something else that you want. Fasting will definitely help you in that regard. I'll go a little bit more into that in my next video. It's actually one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, and if you do have any questions on it so far, you can always hit me up and I'll post my email again at the bottom of the video. I think it's on my other one also, but I'll give it to you guys again at the end. And my fifth question is, what about taking a break for meals or quote-unquote cheat days? Here's what I have to say about this whole cheat meal or cheat day thing. I would say don't do it, number one, if you can avoid it. But there's going to be times where you might eat something that wasn't necessarily what you wanted to eat or planned to eat for that day, or it may not have been in the diet that you chose. But here's the thing. Don't ruin an entire day just because you had one thing that was off the grid a little bit. So if you ate something and okay, well, I wasn't supposed to eat that, or I'd rather not have had that, don't say, oh, well, the whole day's wasted because I ate this one cookie or this one item. Stick to it with your next meal, because it's much easier to bounce back from one meal or one piece of cake or whatever it was versus trying to fix an entire day. It's going to take you at least 1 to 2 days to get yourself back on track. So I would suggest avoiding it altogether, but don't sabotage your entire day. Definitely don't do that weekend thing where some people say do 5 days where you eating clean and healthy and did everything you're supposed to do, and then, oh well, now you've earned the right to treat yourself on the weekend. And here's something else that I actually read online, and when I read it, it was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I read that we're not dogs. We're not dogs, so we're not supposed to treat ourselves with food. We're human beings. So if you want to treat yourself for doing well with something, don't get a treat that's like a cake because you did good or something like that. We're not animals. We don't need to treat ourselves that way. So that really stuck in my mind. I've actually read that about a few months ago, and it really sank in. So that's just something I wanted to share with you guys. So that's my 5 questions for today. I know this was a quick little video I threw together, and I did one take and I didn't like that one, and I said, well, whatever I get in this take, I'm just gonna keep it and roll with it. I promise to get better. At least I'm gonna try to, and I'm gonna do you know, a couple of different things and try to keep my channel fun for you guys. And again, thanks for all your support. I love all you guys. I really look at you guys like my family, and it really means a lot to me that you guys even tune into my channel. And thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, subscribe. I think the button's up here or down here, I'm not sure, but wherever it is, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in about a week. Bye.